Hey, welcome back to another episode of Whiskey Bro. Today, we're going through 10 bottles I've gotten recently, and I'm going to thumbs up, thumbs down, whether I like them or not. Essentially, this is the equivalent of one of my old store haul videos, although they're not really store hauls because a lot of these I got through trades and other things, but really I'm going to go through these 10. I'm going to tell you whether I like them or not and share them with you. First up tonight is a Woodford Reserve Batch Proof from 2023. This is coming in at 124.7 proof. I have had it before, but I'll be honest, I've had it sitting on the shelf, on the store haul shelf for a long time, and I haven't actually, I don't remember what it tastes like. So let's pop the cork, pour just a little smidgen of it, and tell you what I think about this particular bottle. Now, for the Woodford Reserve Batch Proof, it's a special release from Woodford every year. They have been hit or miss for me. Some years I love them, some years they're okay, some years I just, whatever. This particular one, that's pretty good. There's a little bit of cherry, a little bit of caramel, vanilla, a nice proof point, obviously at 124 proof. There is throughout the experience, there's a nice caramel quality to it. Overall, it's pretty darn good. Now, I paid $155 for this bottle. Thank you so much to those who helped me get a hold of this bottle. For $155, is this really worth it? I'm going to have to say overall that for $155, it's not really worth it. It's a good bottle. I like it. I'm glad I got it. I wouldn't get another one. I guess that's really the test. I'm glad I paid $155 for this bottle, but I wouldn't buy another one for $155. All right, next up tonight is a bottle that I've had many times before, or at least other versions of that bottle, and that is a Fiddler Georgia Heartwood single barrel pick. This one comes out of Broughton Street Liquor. This was a gift from Neil, so it was free. Broughton Street Liquor down in Savannah, Georgia. If you're ever in the neighborhood, definitely check it out and tell Neil I sent you. Now, the first pick of ASW Georgia Fiddler Heartwood, Georgia Heartwood, it's Fiddler Georgia Heartwood. That's the name of it. But the first one of these I've ever had was actually from Neil's store. One of Neil's customers sent it to me, one of our great Patreons. And I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Let's see how this latest release that Neil picked comes out. There's a little bit of a dried oak wood, char caramel, little bit of nutmeg. Smells nice. There's a little bit of a maltiness, very, very mild though. A nice caramel, some honey, like a toasted honey, a little bit of a floral quality, some nice char barrel. This is a good bottle. Normally, these retail for around $70, I believe. $70, I think ASW Georgia Fiddlers are worth it. I would pay $70 for this. Again, I think that's a thumbs up for $70. Honestly, this compared to the Batch Proof, this comes in at 115.4 proof. So it's about 10 proof points less. I think it's honestly comparable to the Woodford Batch Proof. So if I mean, obviously it's finished, different quality about it, but different experience overall, but it's actually something to consider. If you're going to be buying that, why not buy something like this? Anyway, something to think about. The Yellowstone 2023 limited edition coming at 101 proof. Got to do smaller pours than the Fiddler Heartwood because that's not going to last if I keep that up. So not going to be able to make it through the video if I do that. So this one I paid for out of Georgia. I want to say I paid $120 for it. I could be wrong. I paid retail for it, basically, or near retail. Getting a little bit of a black licorice, little bit of kind of a minty, little bit of dill. That's really weird. I've had this before, and I actually kind of liked it, but that nose is kind of funky. Oh, on the palate, though, it comes in really, really nice, nice sugary quality to it. Very, very sweet. And a little bit of caramel, a little bit of honey, a little bit of a baking spice. I'd call that just a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of clove. Very, very good mouthfeel, really nice finish. Good, strong finish. The sweetness continues. Overall, this is a really good bottle. The problem that I have, similar to the Woodford Reserve Batch Proof, which was also a good bottle, this is an expensive bottle. So is it really worth that extra price? Frankly, I'd probably say no. I wouldn't buy another at this price. I'll buy next year's. Now, the next bottle tonight I just got, and I'm so excited about. This is the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C923. I opened it up on a recent live stream. We have our live streams every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we opened it up on that particular one. And this thing is so good. This is easily the best Elijah Craig Barrel Proof that I've had in the last couple of years, and I couldn't say enough good about this thing. This thing's coming in at 133 proof. It is 13 year and 7 months. This is, I think, at least the oldest label. By label, it's the oldest Elijah Craig Barrel Proof that I've ever seen. On the nose, it's got this nice funky barrel, and it's really good. I mean, I say funky, it's kind of musty, a little bit of some sweet notes, a little bit of spice, wood, nice oak quality to it. Just smells so good. Oh, wow. That 133 proof really comes through on the palate. It's a little hot. Delicious caramel, a little bit of a stone fruit quality to it. Maybe call it a peach. Yeah, call it a peach. Then there's a good sweetness to it. Tremendous mouthfeel, great finish. This is probably one of the best Elijah Craigs that I've ever had. And normally, I don't ever consider getting a second Elijah Craig barrel. This was a gift from one of our patrons, so thank you so much. You know who you are. Normally, I don't even consider buying second bottles of the Elijah Craig Barrel Proofs just because I have so many right up in here. And I don't get through them fast enough because they come out 3 a year. There's so much to drink. And this particular one, though, is if I were to get a second one, it would be this one. Next up tonight is a Blue Note Juke Joint. Now, this is, I sadly have to admit, this is the first Blue Note Juke Joint I've ever had. This is Mixtape 1. This is Mixtape 1 coming in at 121.3 proof. This was a gift from one of our great Patreons down in Georgia. Love it, love it, love it. I've had it once before, but let's see how it stacks up tonight. These usually are fairly affordable. The Blue Notes from Nashville Barrel Company. Usually they're considered like a good quality for good value for the price. There's a little bit of a peanut, some dry barrel, little bit of a mild caramel sweetness. It's pretty good. Super, super just well put together. Very, very delicious. A little bit of a very, very, very faint peanut, some caramel, some delicious vanilla creams, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg. Overall, this is very, very well put together. For the retail price on these bottles, they're definitely worth it in my opinion. At least this particular, the Mixtape one is fantastic. Definitely going to have to give that one a thumbs up in value. All right, we are moving through these things like lightning. We are on fire tonight. And this one is a Reservoir Hollands Rum Runner. Now, this is Reservoir is a distillery out of Virginia. I actually bought this bottle down in Georgia, surprisingly, for $139. It's a little spendy, but I got to tell you, this thing is really, really good. It's a limited edition out of Reservoir. That was a big pour, and I'm going to regret that later. But we're going to keep moving forward as fast as I possibly can. On the nose, there's a little bit of that musty, funky barrel that's really, really good. I tell you, it's fantastic on the nose. A little bit of brown sugar, some nice white sugar, brown sugar, a little bit of butterscotch. Man, that smells good. On the palate, there's a little bit of a maltiness there, some delicious brown sugars, vanilla, caramel. Very, very nice sweet quality to it. There's a nice proof presence as well. This thing's coming in at 107 proof. It's finished in ardent stout rum barrels. But overall, this is tremendous. $139 is a little steep. I don't know if I'd buy another one. I'm glad I bought what I did at 140, 139. I'm happy that I bought it. Don't know if I'd buy another one though at that price. Bardstown Discovery 10. Now this one's coming in at 114.24 proof. That's very, very specific, Bardstown. This is the 10. Overall, I tend to like the Bardstown Discoveries in the past. I thought the 8 was amazing. 7 was okay. 9 was okay. The problem is the price keeps going up on these, and I'm not sure that the value continues to be there. On the nose, there's a little bit of a dry oaky barrel. Underneath that, that's really the predominant thing. Wow, that thing just really knocks it out of the park on the oaky barrel quality. Underneath that, there's a faint kind of almond. A little bit of a sugary quality. It's not super impressive on the nose. On the palate, it's kind of spicy for 115 proof, 114 proof. It has a little bit of a nutty quality to it. It's decent. I want to love it, but I really don't. It's good, but it's not amazing. It's probably better than 9 from what I remember of 9. It's not as good as 8 though. I think 8 was a really, really good version for me. Overall, I would probably say for a $140 bottle, don't buy it. It's not the worst thing in the world. And like I said, it's actually pretty good. But the $140 price point is really hard. I can think of a lot of bourbons that I would rather drink than this that are much, much cheaper. All right, so when I started this video, my idea of like drinking every one of them seemed like a great idea, but it's starting to catch up to me. I'm not sure it was the best idea I've ever had. But let's go next to a low proof one. This one comes in at 137.6 proof. This is a Rye 3. This is a pick from Broughton Street Liquor down in Savannah. Definitely check out Neil's store if you're ever down there. I think I said that already this live stream or this video. But it's a cast strength single barrel pick from him, age 16 years. I believe this is MGP whiskey. Not 100% sure on that one. At this point, I'm not 100% sure on anything, frankly. I mean, it's turning into one of those kinds of videos. On the nose, there's, oh, that's a nice funky barrel. That smells so good. It's like a little bit of a funky, sweet, mushroomy barrel. Oh, that's fantastic. Underneath that, there's a little bit of caramel. A little bit of like a white sugar. When Neil did this pick at Rye 3, Jamie and I were with him, so I helped him pick this one. That is so freaking good. It's like cotton candy, brown sugar, a little bit of white sugar, some caramel. Oh, that is tremendous. Delicious, delicious proof point. Very, very viscous, great, super drying. It's super sweet, but also drying at the same time. It's just wild. Definitely buy again. $109. I'd easily buy another bottle. It's absolutely fantastic. We have our Shanks. This is a Shanks from 2023. Now, I have not had a Shanks since 2021. I've got a Shanks 2021 right up there, and I liked it pretty well, but I tend to prefer Baumburgers, frankly. On the nose, it's got this delicious kind of funky, mushroomy, sweet caramel barrel quality on the nose. A little bit of nutmeg in there too. It smells amazing. It smells really, really good. On the palate, you get a little bit of that funky barrel. Some absolutely delicious buttercream. Good mouthfeel, good finish. It's better than 2021 Shanks. I'll give you that. I haven't had the Baumburgers from 23 from Michter's Baumburgers, so I'm not sure if it's actually better than the Baumburgers, but it's definitely better than the Shanks in 2021, and definitely one that I'm glad I bought. And I would probably definitely say I'd pay for another bottle at retail. This is a good bottle. This is a Four Roses single barrel proof, coming in at 106 proof. This is an OBSV from Sam's Club from May 2023. It's aged 10 years and 4 months. Thank you so much to you amazing Patreon for helping me get a hold of this bottle. The nose is a little bit of kind of a dry, dusty barrel. Caramel, honey. Little bit of kind of a, what are those flowers called? Honeysuckle. Little bit of a honeysuckle on the nose. Delicious floral quality. Amazing butterscotch caramel. Wow. Now for a Four Roses single barrel proof, this particular one comes in a little bit on the low proof side. But that does not take away from the experience at all. It's a little bit of a kind of a green plant vibe to it as well. But overall, this thing is absolutely fantastic for Four Roses. Huge fan of this one. Definitely, if I can get a hold of another one of these ones, I definitely will. Thank you so much to all of our Patrons. You all are amazing. We appreciate you so much. With all that said, check out patreon.com/whiskeyrow if you would like to join our Patreon community. Thank you so much for watching this video. And until next time, find a bottle you love.